about having Bobby and Carolyn McCain coming to us live from Houston, Texas, and also Miss Betsy Waters. And I got to throw Mel in there too, Betsy. I know if he's not with you, he's there in spirit. So out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, they're going to be joining us tonight too on the call. So we're going to start it. I hope everybody's having a great, great Sunday evening. I know I have. And just so you know, we do this the same place, same time, every Sunday. And we kind of start this off kind of an update for the week, okay? So I want to, hopefully you got a pen and piece of paper, because I want to invite all of you. Yeah, I see Nancy. She said, I got my pen. Well, I want to invite all of you that are up and awake Monday through Friday, during this pandemic, if you will, during this time. I reached out to a great friend of mine I've known forever, Miss Myra, Coach Myra Miles. How many of you know Coach? She's making a huge entrance on the scene here with RX. And I asked Coach, she works with the University of Tennessee, and I asked her to jump on as a power source just across the spectrum, not about network marketing, but just we pick a word for each day to start our day. And it's just a power source for each of us. And this has grown into a great call. I just want to invite you. You're all welcome to be on this call with us. We do it Monday through Friday. There's the Zoom meeting ID, and you're more than welcome to join us and invite people to it. It's not about network marketing. It's just about a group of like-minded people coming together to start their day. So it'll be at 9 a.m. Central Time Zone, and you're all more than welcome to be a part and be our guest on that. So that's one thing. Second thing is, I know we have people from all across RX Nation on this call tonight. I'm looking across Debbie and Ken Snyder. I mean, amazing leaders, and I know some of their team. We're so grateful to have you plugging in to us, and I call it one team, one dream. But we're actually at LEMU. The LEMU reps are actually June the 3rd. We are so we are so excited to be fully merged into RX database and everything. So in saying that, I got a special call for the LEMU RX reps tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time Zone. And I just wanted to show you that flyer. We will be kind of throwing this out via text, but this is exclusively kind of for the merger and the LEMU RX reps. And I just wanted to make everybody sensitive to what it was. So this is going to be a special call tomorrow night. You can screen capture that, get it out to your team if you're a LEMU rep moving into that. And we'll get this out more and more, okay? Just wanted to make you aware. 8 p.m. Central Time tomorrow night. Okay, now, just kind of had to set the stage, okay? But I'm really going to set the stage now for everybody that is like Nancy, and we got our pen in our hand, ready to take some notes. Here's what I want the goal for tonight to be. For me, not only you, but for me. To me, we have in our hands, it's not that we're the perfect industry, but it's just a better way to do business, right? When you can not only build a business, but help other people achieve success, and you all have a chance to stand on top of the mountain, holding each other's hands together, that's really unique. You know, when I was a head football coach, we won a lot of games, but in the paper, it was always my name that was always at the top. Can anybody relate to that? Like you get a job promotion and you're excited. You're going, yay, but you're by yourself. And then I got started in network marketing years ago, and I really I didn't know it. I didn't know what was going on. But when I really got bitten by the bug of this industry, like when it went from my head to my heart, is when I realized that I don't have to be by myself anymore. That I can actually bring and have a whole team of people that's standing up there with me, like grabbing arms with me, like high-fiving with me. And that is when I really realized this is the home for me. This is something I can retire into and not fight to retire out of. Okay, if you're taking notes, that's a big one. Because what does most of the world do? They work 30, 40 years in hopes of retiring out of what they're doing. I don't ever want to retire out of this because it's so fun helping people. It's so fun doing it as a team. It's so fun locking arms with like-minded people. So tonight, I want all of our goal to be this at the end of the call. Belief. I want your belief to go up tonight. I want mine to go up tonight that this industry, when you're partnered with the right company, it works for people like you and me. Okay? That at the end of the night, the guests that are going to be joining us, that's what's going to happen to your belief. It's going to go up that this industry, when you're partnered with the right company, works for people like you and me. And that's powerful. That's so, so powerful. So we're going to get right to it, okay? And I invited on, and I'm going to go back and forth. So I want them to kind of wave at you and say hi, but I'm going to interview them. This is going to be like the interview night, okay? And then I'm going to sit back, and I want you to listen to their words. But the first person I want to unmute Betsy Waters, and I also want to unmute Bobby and Carolyn McCain, okay? And I first want to tell you about both of them, okay? Bobby and Carolyn McCain are from Houston, Texas. They have done extremely well in this industry. They've been a part of the industry for, goodness, I'll let them tell you, but well over 15 years. And they've earned a lot of income. They've experienced a lot of people having better health. But really what I've grown to love about them is their heart is gold. Their heart for helping people is just unbelievable. So they're going to be joining tonight. The McCains, can you kind of wave, say hello to everybody? Good to have you both on. I'm going to come back to you in just a second.
Thank you.
For being here from Houston, Texas. The next person I'm going to have on tonight, I got the good fortune of meeting Betsy Waters by way of Justin Martin. It's so funny how networks work, but Justin Martin actually took me to Colorado Springs. I met Betsy Waters, and what I realized was she is just one of those like-minded people that has a heart of gold. She has made a lot of income, a lot of money in this industry. Her health has drastically been impacted by our products, but she has grown teams all over the country and virtually the world now. But Betsy Waters, thanks for joining us tonight from Colorado Springs.
Greetings. Good to see you all, RX Nation.
Yes, good to have you on. Good to have you on. So I'm going to start off now. So I'm going to interview, right? I'm going to ask some questions. First of all, I want to go to Bobby and Carolyn McCain out of Houston, Texas. So guys, how long for you have you been in the industry? Actually, I said 15 plus years. How many years have you been in the industry, Bobby?
Well, actually, it's been 16 years. We joined October the 1st, 2003.
October the 1st, 2003. So 16 years. What about you, Betsy?
So for me, I've been with Limu, now RX, for 6 years. But prior to that, my mommy is on, so I have to give her a major shout out because she was one of the very first single pearls in the Amway business. And so, you know, I would listen to the cassette tapes, listen to the positive motivation tapes, you know, a lot of my life. But I have personally been doing this for 6 years.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Betsy. And I want to go back to Houston. I'm going to go back and forth, okay?
Sure.
So I want to go back to Bobby and Carolyn in Houston. And here's what I want everybody to understand belief-wise. we all come from different backgrounds, different segments. But Bobby, you and Carolyn, going back to day one when somebody introduced it to you, like, what's your story? Like, what's your story coming into the industry, and why did you do this?
Well, first of all, Brent, you know, we just happened to be at the right place at the right time. We had known Gary and Helen Race, they're great people. We had known them before Limo. So, you know, when he, you know how Gary is, his leadership ability, and when he's on a mission, he's on a mission. So some friend of ours, mutual friends, they had introduced us to Limo. So at the early stages of it, my wife was a chemistry and physics teacher, and I was in the remodeling industry working 70, 80 hours a week, and, you know, just keeping up, not getting ahead. And then came Limo. And man, what a change that made. First of all, from the product standpoint, but what I was looking for, Brent, was time freedom. I was working 70, 80 hours a week. I taught school for a while. My wife was a chemistry and physics teacher for like 30-some years in high school. So I taught school for 12 years and I burned out. I didn't make it any further than that. So I started my own remodeling business, kitchen and bathroom remodeling business. And that's what I was doing for like 25 years. And then came Limo, at the right place, at the right time, with the right people and the right company. So what I was looking for was a way for time freedom. I was working a lot of hours. I was a missionary. I've been to like 6 to 8 different countries all over the world to share the gospel. So I was looking for the time freedom and the residual income. And I found both of them on the inside of Limo. I thank God every day that somebody thought enough to invite me and my wife to take a look at this. And that's kind of what started our Limo career. We call it a marriage. We've been married to Limo for like 16 years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And congratulations. And one of the things I want you to know is 16 years. 16. Who brought you into the industry, though? Can you? We all can remember. How many of you can remember the person that brought you into the industry? Maybe you've been a part of multiple companies, but somebody introduced you for the first time to this industry. I know who mine was. All right, I'll never forget. What about you, Bobby? Who was introduced you to this industry very first time?
Well, it was a couple here in Houston, Raymond and Yolanda Brown. You know, we had been friends and we had been in business with Gary before, so we kind of knew him. So they invited me to go to Shreveport, Louisiana, to where they introduced Limo. That's where Limo was born from, born out of Shreveport, Louisiana. I never will forget that day as long as I live. It was about 300 people in there, and we happened to be six of us from Houston. 4 of us from Houston had to be at the beginning of this whole thing. And I thank God every day that Raymond and Yolanda Brown was the one that shared Limo with me.
That's perfect. And what I want you to gather from that tonight, all of us, okay, is think about this. Raise your hand again if you remember the person that brought you to the dance, right? I remember. And you heard Bobby's background, teacher, business worker, looking for time freedom, but somebody was willing to share. Somebody was willing to be a connector between a great opportunity of products, a financial opportunity, and Bobby and Carolyn McCain. 16 years later, they're alive and well and rolling in an industry. Because of that connection. That's what we all have the power of tonight as we go into the new week. So I want to flip it over to Colorado Springs. I hope, again, remember our goal for tonight. Colorado Springs, Miss Betsy Waters. So your story, tell us about it. What, coming into the industry, what did you and Mel do and your story getting connected?
Absolutely. Thank you for letting me share. So RX family, what happened is in April of 2014, I was on my knees and I was asking God for 2 things. I was asking him for a health transformation and a financial transformation. I was making $600 a month as a pre-K teacher at a Christian school here in Colorado Springs, and I was sharing my car keys with Matthew and Mark, our 2 teenage boys at the time. And so I didn't even have my own ride. And when I saw this amazing marketing with Limu of that you could have a car if you shared with enough people, if you shared hope with enough people, there was a whisper in my ear that Limu is my vehicle of hope. And now RX, even grander hope that we have to offer to other people. But what happened is I started to consume the products and I got a health transformation. But I wanted to touch upon the financial transformation with this question, Brent, and that is within 4 months, I was driving the streets of Colorado Springs in a paid for black BMW. I still remember driving on to the parking lot of Pikes Peak Christian School saying, is this surreal? And you know, even to this day, 6 years later of my car payment being covered, I almost have to pinch myself because I'm a pastor's wife and I'm in the nonprofit world. And so for me to be driving a luxury vehicle, that's huge. The second thing that happened, everyone, is that within 10 months, my amazing team took me to the rank of 100K, which meant $100 or $10,000 bonus check. And then 3 months later, they doubled me to 200K, which meant a $20,000 bonus check. So this is an exciting part of my story because my dad was a professor and I really value education, but I had no idea how both of our boys could go to college. Both of our boys have gone to college debt-free thanks to this opportunity, thanks to this industry. And I will never forget the time I got to stand on stage with those two bonus checks, $10,000 and $20,000. The amount, obviously $30,000, but get this. Our son, Mark, our youngest, he wanted to go to Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma to study Chinese of all things. And I had no idea how that was going to happen. But I was able to stand on that stage at a Limu Live with $30,000 in bonus money. Get this, the exact amount to the penny that our son needed to fulfill his dream to go to Oral Roberts University.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. It's, again, I got to ask you, and I hope you're kind of drawing, Mel's your biggest fan here. He said, amen, sister. So here's the thing. Who's your person that brought you to the dance?
Yes, absolutely. So I have such a heart for people posting on Facebook because I'll never forget the time I got to go to see Tammy Maltby holding a Limu product on Facebook. And I reached out to her on Facebook Messenger and I said, give me your promoter ID number. She replied back, don't you want to know anything about the products? I said, I'm a teacher, research mind. I was researching the products, the compensation plan, the BMW, and all I wanted was that promoter ID number to get going. And so I'm really, really thankful that she posted on Facebook. So don't minimize showing other people what you're doing and what you're passionate about.
You know, the reason I hope you're drawing circles around our belief. So today, this is a lady that we were sharing the business with today. We were sharing the products, the opportunity with today. What separates her from you, Betsy? We don't know. We don't know. It's the power of talking, the power of sharing, the power of detaching yourself from whether a person is going to say yes or no, but just sharing to the world. What if Tammy would have not shared with you? To think of the domino effect, to think that your son has been able to be in China and fulfill his dream, and you were able to fulfill that with the bonus money, all because of an interaction. And same way with Bobby McCain. Here's where I want to take you tonight with that question is, who's waiting on you? Who out there in the world tonight, like who out there is waiting, Marlene, Juanita, like who's out there waiting on you? Who's out there waiting on Brent Palmer? Like who's on my list this week that I'm going to give them the opportunity to listen? That's the power of what I want you to draw from this tonight. The next question is, I'm going to go to Brother Bobby McCain. So you've been here for 16 years. Like, what kind of results, Bobby? I know primarily it's been with Limu, okay, until recently with RX. But what kind of results have you seen using the amazing products? And what's your favorite? Like, what's your takeaway, your favorite thing?
Well, that's a good question. First of all, I drink Limu every day, 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces at night. I've been blessed of God to have great health. I've never been sick a day in my life, so I praise God. But what I use Limu for is a preventive. Okay, I don't want any of all the other stuff, the heart problems, the asthma, or whatever, high blood pressure, whatever. List goes on. I don't want any of that, so I'm kind of like proactive with it. So I drink it every day. Before I wasn't too much into nutrition. My wife has always been into it. So before Limu was always, do this. So I never did any of it. But when Limu came along, it was just easy for me to drink something and be healthy and feel better. But on the second part of the story is my wife had fibroid tumors about the size of a grapefruit, 3 of them. And she drank it in 90 days. The tumors was gone, so she didn't have to have surgery because I didn't really have time to sit at the hospital. So that was a blessing of God for that. So Limu for us has been like a staple of our diet. Every day we do it. Now that we have these other products, RX products, which are tremendous and amazing products. So out of those two, I still Limu is my favorite. I still drink Limu, it's my favorite, but I also use the More product. It's an amazing product. I got a lot of customers on it because of the times we're living in right now. Everybody's buying a whole lot of stuff that don't work. So when they buy More, it works because it builds the immune system, and that's kind of where we're living at. Everybody's concerned about C19 not having it or whatever, but long story short, More is an amazing product. It makes you feel good, and it builds the immune system. So that's kind of where I'm playing it now, Limu and More.
Love it, love it, love it. Immune system builders, love it. So going over to Colorado Springs, Betsy Waters, like what results? Talk to us a little bit about the results you've seen.
Absolutely, thank you. So back to April of 2014, the reason I was on my knees asking for a physical breakthrough is because I'd struggled with fibromyalgia and low thyroid for 17 years. And working in a health food store prior to my pre-K teaching experience, I would stand in the supplement aisle. There was a large store, and I'd tell people, I'd hold up the supplements and I would say, we don't treat, heal, or cure, but this is an excellent source for your body to do what your body's created to do, and that's heal itself. So I started consuming the Limu products, and in 4 months, I had been struggling 17 years. If you know anybody who's struggling with severe pain for 17 years, I tell you what, 4 months is nothing. And I got my transformation with the Limu products in 4 short months. So I am so, so grateful for the Limu products. But I tell you what, this MOA, you guys, it's amazing that we have the Matrix, our own preservative that has herbs and essential oils to preserve the 36 super fruit foods. That is phenomenal. So let me give you, I know you asked for just my favorite. I'm sorry, I can't just limit it to one, Brent. I have to talk about Giving Greens. You guys, 2 pounds of veggies every day in your diet. That's amazing with just 2 scoops. And I tell everybody that it tastes like me. To my taste buds, it tastes like honey and cinnamon. Of course, then I found out that it does have cinnamon bark extracts and that it does have your coconut powder in it to have that honey taste to my taste buds. And this, you guys, this is like my COVID packet, okay? Escape. You guys, this essential oil, diffuse it in your home and your mind is going to calm down. Anyone who is stressed out over this COVID, send them to Escape in your back office. Speaking of COVID, everybody's washing their hands. You guys, this body wash is my new favorite hand soap. I washed my hands a lot anyway, because I'm a little bit of a, I wouldn't say germaphobe, but I just wash my hands a lot. But this moisturizes your hands. You guys are gonna absolutely love it if you're not using it already. And I tell people that this tastes like a kiss from heaven. So do your burn. And I have to just wrap up the products. I have to wrap it up with this because I saw the story of the gal. She has such a passion to change the world through the Purity water bottle. My name is Mrs. Waters. I was a missionary to Mexico, and I saw children drinking polluted water. So my big why, if you want to know what my big why is to eliminate polluted water that children worldwide drink. And you guys, guess what? June the 3rd, we get to tap into the program that if you purchase 2 Purity, the 3rd is donated. And I saw this lady on a Zoom, and she's been changing the world with this. One bottle will purify water for a whole family of 7. Just multiply it in your mind, and it's beautiful. So thanks for letting me share.
No, thank you. And I feel the same way. I mean, I'm like, we could go on and on. Sincerity. I mean, we could talk about, I mean, the products are amazing in this company. It just blows me away. And when you think about a redirection of spending standpoint, we're going to use vitamins. We're going to use skincare products. We're going to use things like that. We're going to drink water from somewhere. We're going to, why not redirect your spending right here? So to me, what we're doing right now, it's not that we're perfect, but it just makes absolute sense to do this. I mean, it's just like when somebody says they're not interested, I almost walk away and go, ooh, I feel so sorry for them. Like they don't get it. They don't get it. And so, well, next question. So Bobby, out in Houston, first of all, congratulations recently on the growth you're having in the team. That's exciting. But I got to ask you, like, 2 things. What are you doing right now to create this growth? And what are you most excited about with RX?
That's a very good question, Brent. Well, we kind of have a system in the system to where, first of all, let me give a shout out to my good friend Reggie Teron up in Baltimore, Maryland. We do a lot of 3-way calls still. We do a lot of the Zoom still with people every day. So single daily action is the key to it. But what we do when somebody come on the team brand new, it's 4 things I would like people to focus in on. Okay. First is the purpose, your purpose. Rick Warren has a purpose-driven life, so I read a lot of his stuff. I keep up with him. So the purpose, everybody has a purpose. So for me, the purpose for you joining the team is like your why. Okay. So and then the next thing we look for is a person that's got patience. You got to have patience, okay? Gary Racer always said, stay around long enough to make it happen, okay? And then participate. Now, most people like to use action, Brent, but we like to be a little bit more sophisticated. So, because the word action has been burned out, so we say participate. Everybody that joined the team has to participate. They have to take action because action gives you traction. I lived in Missouri for like 7 years, so sliding around on the snow, I learned how to do that. Once a car gets traction, it moves on snow and ice, okay? So in this business, you need to have action. It breeds traction, okay? And traction is equal to checks, okay? And the final P is process. Process. The system within the system, okay? Everybody has a system. McDonald's, Amway, Amazon, everybody has a system, okay? So inside of LEMU, and the stuff that we've been taught by you and Justin and Gary for years and years and years, the process, I used to hear you say the process. So everybody has to go through the process once they join the team. 2-minute story, Limu share apps, 3-way calls, Zooms. We used to do house parties. Now that's out. I like the Zooms better because I don't have to leave home and you don't have to leave home. In Houston, the traffic was a nightmare. So now we don't have to leave home. We can do it with the cell phone, okay? So the daily Zooms, 2-on-1 Zooms, Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Zoom, I love Zooms, okay? And then the follow-up. We follow up with everybody. Follow-ups equal to sign-ups, sign-ups equal to growth, growth equal to checks. So that's kind of what we do every day. We call it single daily activity. Every day we do something in Limu with somebody somewhere. We share the product because in Limu, we was able to build a team within a team. We had product users. We had product users and we had people who weren't interested in earning a check for Limu. Brent, don't ask me why. That's just the way it was. So we built 2 teams. We drove the car about 30, 60 days, somewhere along there, I forgot. And then we went to 50K. But how we did that was we had 2 teams within a team, okay? So product users was 1 team and people who wanted to build a business was the second part of the team. And everybody on the team, we ran through what we call the 4 Ps. I just shared them with you. Purpose, patient, participation, and the process. It's got to be like that. It's a process. Patience. Patience. Gary Race always to preach. Bobby, you got to stay around long enough to make it happen.
I love it. I love it. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Purpose, patience, participation, and process. Thank you, Brother Bobby. Betsy Waters, you too are having success, growth right now. You know, what are you doing? Like if you were you're giving this on stage to a group of people, like what are you doing right now to create that?
Absolutely, the 3 C's: consistency, consistency, and consistency. Being steady and faithful, loving on people, helping people grow. I'm thinking about when I gave birth to my boys. You know, I nurtured them. I fed them. I even changed their diapers. Okay, we could go a long time on that too. You're going to experience things within relationships where you are nurturing and you're helping them grow. So definitely staying consistent. One of my new phrases is plug in to win. So that just came to me today because that's what I have been doing, RX family. I have been plugging in for the last 6 years. Some people say, do you ever miss a call? Do you ever miss a Zoom? You know, of course, there's been maybe a handful. But I am adamant about plugging in. Why is that? Because we're a walking library. What is a library filled with? It's filled with information, knowledge, experiences from other people. And so if you are on a Zoom, I'm so passionate about it because I have heard information on a Zoom on a Monday night. I've talked to somebody in a grocery store on a Tuesday morning that was dealing with the same thing that I was educated on from somebody's experience on a Monday night. It's happened to me countless times over the last 6 years. So I tell people all the time, if you're going to be a leader, show yourself leading and plugging in to win, plug in to win, plug in to win, because you want to gain that knowledge and that power that, you know, you're talking about action. Bobby just talked about action. Well, you've got to have the action forward motion. And that's what happens when you plug in to win. You're taking that action. And I'm also an example to my team. Every time I hop on a Zoom and they see my name or they see my face, whether it's a still shot or not, they're seeing that I am plugging in. And I just think that's really important to educate yourself and become knowledgeable about people's experiences, their stories, financial stories, relational stories. I mean, because we are an amazing community here with RX, are we not? We are an amazing group of people. We're people who want more out of life. We want to be more and have more and do more and show people a better way. So I think plugging in is so important. Another thing I wanted to talk about with this question, Brent, is 2K VIP. I mean, I am so passionate about the foundational pin rank of our company of 2K VIP. Soon, you know, we're transitioning into it being called gold. So it's the same thing, helping people, your newborns, feeding them, helping them grow and develop, nourishing them. But I am so passionate about 2K VIP and going gold that I actually dream about it. I dream about getting people to the finish line of 2K VIP. Why does President Gary Racer call 2K VIP the foundational pin rank of the company? It's because if you are getting good at showing people that they can get a paycheck within their first couple weeks, then it is a game changer. It's a game changer in their belief system. And it's also, it shows when people get a title, it does make a difference. They can show other people that it's a doable process. So that's what I have to offer on that question.
Well, and that was perfect. And I think for all of us, okay, when I watch a Zoom, when I go to a coaching call or a training, I'm trying to look at the people speaking and go, what do they possess? As Bobby McCain and Betsy Waters is talking, if you want to know why they're having success and why they've had success in the industry, did you see them light up when they were talking about working with people? They lit up like a Christmas tree. Like they get excited helping someone new grow. And if a person, I've seen it happen so many times, someone joins and all they're worried about is their self. My team's not doing anything. My team's not growing. My team's not putting anybody in. My team's not putting customers in. My team, and it's not getting me what I need. They're never going to make it. But when you change that mindset to what they light up, and when you start sleeping and dreaming at night about helping somebody get paid, when you start dreaming at night, helping somebody with their health, helping somebody with their skin, helping, like, how can I help? How can I work? How can I, that's when you see growth. And that's the beautiful thing about this industry. I've never seen one leader in this industry that is truly an actual $1 million earner. We have a lot of people that call themselves that. They might not be, but the ones that really are, they care. They light up like Christmas trees on the inside and on the outside when they talk about how they help the new person get started. It's their foundation, and they never get out of that foundation. That's why they've built the biggest business. So thank you both for that. So we're going to wrap it up. Last question right here. Thank you both so much. Last question. You've both been part of Momentum before. And Bobby, I'll start with you. You've both been part of Momentum in Limu. Now we're in RX. Clearly, we're headed into Momentum. If you're a guest on here tonight, you could not be joining RX at a better time. We are on the foothill of absolute momentum in this company. It is clear, it's evident, it's happening. Our growth this month is over 3 times what it was last month, and last month was over double what it was the month before. Now, we can all say, well, we're just great. Or we can realize we're in a company that is going into momentum. Bobby, Betsy, you both experienced that in your business with Limu. How does a person capitalize when a company is in momentum? I think you both kind of already addressed it. But if you have any further comments, like this company's in momentum, what does these people on the call tonight need to do to capitalize on it? Because I've seen people before, companies in momentum, and it goes, and they're sitting there and they don't get caught up in it. Why is that? Like what can we do to ensure that we're swept up in this momentum of this company? Bobby, I'll turn it to you.
Well, for me, you know, normally last year this time I was in India because I travel a lot, you know, sharing the gospel. So last year this time I was in India. This year I'm on lockdown at home. Okay. So for me, the pandemic situation has changed the territory, the landscape of America forever. It's never going to be like it used to be. So for me, I don't think could be a better timing for anybody on earth if they had ever had any idea of being healthy or either changing their financial outlook, to just take a look at what's going on in the world and in America and in your city and in your town with all the people that's hurting and needing money and needing help and all of that. So I just kind of group it all together as one. Brendan said, hey, I'm at the right place at the right time. I just need to get busy. And I just need to share this with everybody I come in contact with and let the results be whatever it is. So at this stage of life and at this time, the times we live in right now, it's an amazing time, even though it's a whole lot of people have gone, it's a whole lot of people have died from the virus and all that, and my heart goes out to those families that suffer through that. But for us, but for the rest of us that's left that God has called us to carry on, now is not a better time to be able to help all the people that you ever dreamed of helping, because this particular company that has everything that from the health side and the financial side that a person would ever want, it is not going to go away. They're on their way to $1 billion, so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to just riding the waves. Where it's going to go, I have no idea. When I joined Limu in October 1st, 2003, I didn't have any idea about any of it because I had never been in network marketing before. I didn't know nothing about it. I heard about it, but actually I wasn't even smart enough to join because I thought it was a scam, to tell you the truth, so I kind of stayed away from it. But when I looked at it and I got involved in it, it became a part of me. Like Gary used to say, you need to get Limu in you and then you'll get in Limu. So that's where we are right now. We need to get RX in us and then we'll get in RX. So how you do that, Eric? For me and my wife is one way, but for everybody else it's different. But my point is, if you sit on the sideline and watch this go by, I don't understand. I won't be able to understand that. Maybe you can, because the time is now. The time is now.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And here's what I'll tell you. He said it before. If you want to highlight an asterisk number 3 of participate. Now, plugging in has never been more important. Getting on Zooms and then filling up your calendar with people to talk to. Get them on FaceTimes. Get them on Zooms. Get them on something. Share your story. Get a partner on to share theirs. They will join. And just remember, when they're joining right now, don't go, well, it's because of me. I'm awesome. No, it's not. It's because the company. It's because the products. It's because momentum. It's because of all that. And you should be really, really happy because of that. Because let me tell you, when you're not in momentum, you work 4 times as hard to get them involved. But when you are in momentum, it's a lot easier. Well, let me tell you, I see it coming. We're up over triple of where we were last month, okay? It's amazing. Now is the time. I'm going to turn it to Betsy Waters. Betsy Waters, what would you give them to capitalize on this moment?
Wow, RX family, you know, I just want to scream, run, you know, run. That's what I did when my team took me to 200K. I was working 18-hour days, sleeping 4-hour nights. I mean, I was serious about making transformation happen in those I loved. And so run, plug people into everything that you can. We have awesome Andrea Rosser, who's creating this weekly schedule that she's going to post out soon. Plug that in to your list of people. Show them the different times that they can hop on Zooms with you. You know, I always like to invite people to join me to listen into the Zoom. But we have this quarantine weekly schedule that's coming out and that we've been involved with. Look at the opportunity, 2 to 3 to 4 times a day. You have opportunity to share with people. And hey, if they can't hop on at that time, you've got a recording to send them. How easy is this really, guys? 24/7, they can plug in and listen to hope that they have. Because I will never forget when I heard that this opportunity was my vehicle of hope. And I got to drive the streets of Colorado Springs and I paid for a BMW. But you know what? I want to pay that forward. I want to pass that along for people who are looking for a plan B. Don't you know that there's countless people coming out of quarantine soon that are going to be searching for a plan B? We have it.
That's so true. So true. Thank you so much, Betsy. Bobby and Betsy, thanks for being here tonight. Guys, if you're chatting it up, send them a chat. Listen, every time that I get on, I gain knowledge. And you guys laid it out tonight. There's something, how many of you took something away from tonight? Just 1, 2 things you take away, you apply to your business. And that's why you plug in. That's why you tune in, because you're looking for those things that people are doing, successful people are doing in their business, and you apply it to yours, okay? I apply it to mine. That's why we do what we do. So we're going to end tonight with, I told a gentleman to jump on. His name is Tracy Black. He is from Florence, Alabama. Tracy Black, we're going to unmute you right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, Coach.
So, Tracy, I'm going to kind of set the stage for everybody. Guys, there's never been a better time to think outside of the box, okay? You know, I love training on the 4 bases, okay? How many of you have heard me train on the 4 bases? Like, I love it. I love training on 4 bases. But to get somebody to first base, an invitation to look, like there's not a cookie-cutter way. Like, you've got several opportunities. But with what's going on in the world today, Facebook Lives, FaceTimes, Zooms, WhatsApp, like that WhatsApp, like there's all kinds of things out there. Instagram stories, Facebook stories, like make it work for you. Think outside of the box. So last week, Tracy Black called me. He's a real estate agent. He is also doing very well in this industry in his short time here. But he called me and he said, hey, I got a coach. I got something I'm thinking about doing. I'm having a phenomenal results. And Dr. Crystal Vance had this thing that she did a couple of months ago about this Tootsie Roll shake that she showed everybody. And everybody loved it. I still drink them every day. But anyway, he said, I got another little thing. I'm thinking about doing it and letting somebody name it. I said, and then I'll send them product. And I said, go for it. Go for it. Here's what I want you to gain from Tracy tonight. Like, just do it. Art Williams said it in our industry years ago. What do? I don't just do it. Just do it and do it and do it and do it. And you'll change it a little bit and do it some more. You'll add a little bit, do it some more. Just do it. When you do something, something happens. Well, he did it. He put it out there, and I'm going to show you in just a minute. But what happened was it started breeding interest. People started commenting. People started, and I don't know what it'll lead to. In a year from now, he might have a 6-figure earner in his business that he can go, I remember when I did that, and this happened. Imagine that. You just did it. Tracy Black, I'm going to turn it to you.
Thanks, Coach. So what we did, originally we said, hey, we're going to let everybody submit a name, and the response was fantastic on RX Nation and then also my business page as well. And we've had over 50-something comments, suggestions for the name. And just to remind everybody, it was using the Restore X, and then we used the 5X Original and the Giving Greens. And I think Betsy talked about the Giving Greens earlier, how good they are. So, and then I used green tea and a little bit of orange juice. And so I want to just read a couple of the names that made honorable mention tonight. We had one called Slim Shaky, Black Magic, the Lou Ferrigno, the Slimster, the Skinny Mini Shimmy. I really like that one. The Green Annihilator, and coming in a very close second tonight by Dr. Crystal Vance was the Skinny Palmer. That was a really good one. But I'm pleased to announce that April Burgett from Falkville, Alabama, won the contest by suggesting the name of the drink to be the Sliminator. So the Sliminator it is. This drink is fantastic. So April, you've got $170 worth of product headed your way to Falkville, Alabama. And thank you to everyone that commented and participated in this. Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Tracy, that is awesome, awesome, awesome. And listen, I just love it because you just did it, right? You just did it. But I got to ask you, like, you've been using this every day. So if you don't know, he's like using the Restore X. I've been doing it too. Restore X, 2 ounces of 5X, 2 scoops of Giving Greens, and green tea, and a little bit of orange juice. Mixing it up in a shaker cup, and boom, it's a great taste. How many pounds down?
8 pounds so far. I hit 7 like immediately, but I'm like everybody else. My diet kills me. I'm not very disciplined, but if I could get disciplined, I could really get the results I wanted. But I'm telling you, every morning it's a great way to start the day because it is a boost of energy that'll get you going.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Tracy. I told him, I said, that is awesome. I said, you're going to finish up the call tonight. So great job. Guys, again, ladies and gentlemen, we do this call each and every Sunday evening, and really it's a mix-up. Sometimes it's about product. Sometimes it's about the nitty-gritty of building a business. And sometimes we want it to just be about belief. And I want to go back to tonight as we close. The goal for tonight was belief that this industry, when you're coupled with the right company, works magical for people like you and me. And that's why Betsy and Bobby and Carolyn was so I wanted to bring them on tonight. So my question to you is, going into next week, who is your people? Who are the 10 to 20 people that you're going to reach out to this week? Who are the 10 to 20 people? See, the ball's in your court. The ball's in my court. And we never know, because somebody 16 years ago shared with Bobby McCain, and 16 years later, he's in our industry. Someone 7 years ago shared with Betsy Waters, and today her and Mel is in our industry. What person is on their knees praying for something? They don't know that it's this, and this week you're going to connect the dots with them. Be that person. Don't go into this week and let another week go by to where we don't share. Let's make this the week that we do. Guys, thank you for being here tonight. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful to be on this journey with you. And I know that we're a company heading to multi-billions. But better than the money, we're going to bless a lot of people's lives in the process. And that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, when all the dust settles, it's about the lives you impact. So grateful for you. Have a great Sunday, and let's rock this week. Love you guys.